Hello everyone and welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. You're watching JCTV playing on the Xbox One console. This is Greenwich Valley, episode number 11. Alright folks, so we're going to switch things up a little bit. First, thanks for tuning in. I certainly do appreciate you getting here. We're going to switch things up a little bit like I was just saying. But first, let's have a look at our fields here. They are all growing. All of the wheat that we have planted in fields 48, 49, and 57 are in the growing stage. The germination has taken and our crops are growing. We do need to lime those fields, though. I procrastinate, and I say that every episode that I'm going to lime them, and then I never do. So maybe one day we'll lime the fields. But first, what we're going to do is we are going to go to the bank, take out a crap ton of loans, and we're going to buy this sheep farm. That comes with field 35 and 36. So we have two grass fields and the sheep farm. That's what we're going to do. So we need to estimate, I've already estimated off camera how much money I'm going to need, and it's the maximum, coincidentally. We can only borrow $535,000, and that's kind of what we need. There's about a $10,000 buffer after we purchase all of the equipment, and that's not even including sheep. We won't even have enough money left over to buy the damn sheep. So while we're maxing out this loan, there we go. So we've taken out the maximum. We're now $535,000 in debt. So let's go and do things right. Let's go buy some stuff. There you go. So we bought field 35 and 36. Let's take a quick drive over there and see exactly what we've just purchased for $199,000. All right, sight unseen land purchase. So we've got the sheep farm, fields 35 and 36, which are all grass. I'm thinking that we can start a silage bale business or a silage business because there's already a silage bunker on the sheep farm. That's very handy. So while we're driving over to the newly purchased sheep farm, have a look at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. Click that subscribe button for me if you have not done so already, folks. I certainly do appreciate it. Like and share this video and then ring that notification bell so you can be alerted every time we upload new content. You don't want to miss anything, folks. There's some exciting stuff coming your way. We do a different map on a different day each day of the week. Mondays is Greenwich Valley, which you're watching now. Tuesdays, Green River 2019, which is nothing but animals, no farming at all. Don't forget about Westbridge Hills Wednesday and our new surprise series airing this Thursday, the all John Deere farm, but I'm not going to tell you which map it is. It's a surprise. You're going to have to tune in to find out what map we've created the entire John Deere farm on. If it's not John Deere equipment, we've painted it John Deere green, so that works out perfectly. And then Friday, our new series that just aired last week or the week before, logging on Rogue River, starting from scratch, starting with absolutely nothing but a chainsaw and a truck. Exciting stuff. So when you're done checking out those different series each day of the week, have a look at the featured channels section as well. You'll see three very good up-and-coming YouTubers there, Mr. Deuce MS, Carl Johnson Gaming, and my friend Crazy Simulator. Three very good YouTubers you'll want to subscribe to and like and share all of their videos as well. All right, and while we're opening up these gates, the last thing I need to tell you about is come and follow us on all of our social media campaigns, Twitter, Facebook, Discord, Patreon. There's even a PayPal link where you can make a donation if you like. Donations are obviously not expected, but they're always nice to receive. If you want to contribute to my buy a new computer fund, that would be fantastic. If not, that's okay. Like and share the video, enjoy yourself, and then that's good enough for me. All right, so what's wrong with this? That gate opened. What's wrong with this gate over here? Why won't it open? It's not giving me the gate trigger. Maybe because I'm... What's going on here? Let's take a run at it. Let's run at this gate really fast. There we go. That worked. I took a running start at it. And the gate opened. All right, let's drive in. Let's see what we got ourselves into here with this sheep farm attached to fields 35 and 36, which are all grass and growing. We've got a shed here. Let's open up these doors. Oh, look, there's a workshop inside. That's fantastically convenient. All right, there's some tools and a radio and a bench vise. Looks like a little cupboard pantry there for tools. All right, what else have we got here? Here's the silage bunker I was telling you about. That makes it surprisingly convenient to silage if we want to start a silage business. This must be where you put the sheep to shear them for the wool production. That looks good. And some hay bales there. This is the gate to the sheep. This is where you go and buy your sheep, right here in this animal dialogue box. And over here looks like we have a water trough. That's good, everything's inside. And then over here is the grass trough where we feed our sheep. So that is good. Everything is centrally located, nice and close. Looks like we don't have to drive very far to get the grass to the sheep. And here is a water tank. That's good. Do not drink this water. It is for animals only. There's a little shed. All right, let's take a quick walk back here and look at this field. We'll open up this gate. Get out of the way so we don't get hit by the gate. All right, lots of grass. So we're going to need mowers and loading wagon. We're going to start a grass business. Silage bales, silage, grass bales, anything we can use. Jump the hedge there. Anything that we can use with grass, we can sell it. And we've got a lot of grass here. 2 big fields of grass. All right, this is all ours. Good stuff. And then we'll just use the income from the sheep and the sheep calves to pay back the loan. So that way it doesn't come directly out of our pocket. What's this little building here? Oh, is that the shed I just ran through earlier? Yes, it is. Okay. Not a bad little setup here. All right, so let's go into the shop and buy all of our stuff. We've got everything written down here because we need a lot of items, and then we're going to have to go to the shop and pick them all up. So let's have a look-see here. First thing we need is mowers. We got to cut the grass. So step 1, buy mowers. We're going to buy this front NovaCat 301 ED that attaches to the front of our tractor. And then we're going to buy the modded Pottinger NovaCat 810 CF that automatically windrows the grass for us, pulling behind the tractor. Then we need to pick up the grass, so then we need a loading wagon. So we're going to go with the Zelon CFS 2501 DO, or DO, and that'll do just fine. Then we're going to look at, let's see, we need a water tank for the sheep. What are we doing? Yeah, we need a water tank. So this is the modded Aquatrans 7300S. Now this one comes with something called a drinking cup. I'm not too sure what the drinking cup is for. Do I just leave it in the sheep pen and the sheep drink out of the tank? Or do I have to fill up the water trough? I guess we'll find out soon enough. So we purchased that. Let's see what else is next on our list here. All right, we need a small tractor to load up the pallets of wool and to clean up after the sheep. So we're going to go with not the Fiat, that can't have a front loading attachment. So we're going to go with this Valtra, the Valtra A series. Then once we do that, we need a front loading attachment. So let's go and do that. Here we go. The FZ60 should work just fine. And then with the front loading attachment, we also need a pallet fork. There's that out of the way. And then we also need a universal bucket to pick up the grass that the sheep leave on the ground. All right, now what else? What else? All right, so if we're going to start a silage bale business, we need a baler. So silage bales need a bale wrapper. So it only makes sense that we buy this round baler from Kuhn, the FBP 3135, because it has the bale wrapper attached to the back of it. So we're killing 2 birds with 1 stone here by not purchasing a separate bale wrapper. And we're going to choose a nice, pretty pink bale wrap instead of the standard white. We'll just use the pink ones. There we go. Perfect. So that is our bale wrapper and baler. Now we need a trailer to haul the bales to the sell point. So let's look at the small lizard round bale trailer. Holds 22 bales, the GP 140 SPBK, 22 bales of grass, and that should do just fine. We switch it to automatic loading. Now all we got to do is drive all the way to the shop and one by one pick up all of our items. And here we are at the shop because we can just tab right to the tractor. Here's the 2 mowers. Here's the loading wagon. Here is the water tank. Here is the Valtra tractor, the front loading attachment, pallet, fork, and universal bucket, baler and bale wrapper, and bale trailer. So that is our complete equipment list to start our sheep and grass business. So all we have to do is drive all of this stuff over to the sheep farm. Piece by piece, we're going to just drag it all over there. But of course, we're not going to show you everything. We're just going to magically port everything over to the sheep farm so that you don't have to sit through the constant driving back and forth. So let's just skip ahead a little bit, and then bingo bango, everything is back at the sheep farm. Look at that. Fantastical. And you didn't have to sit through driving back and forth, because really, in all reality, it took 7 trips. That's just crazy. So in the shed, we'll put the bale trailer and the wrapper. We'll keep that out of the elements, and we'll just leave that over here. There's our Fendt tractor, and here's all of our stuff over here. Our Valtra tractor with front loading attachment and bucket, water tank, loading wagon, and a couple of mowers. And then we left our pallet fork somewhere. It's out by the sheep collection, or the wool collection area. All right, so let's attach the mowers, and we'll get right to it, cutting this grass. And then we will windrow with the rear mower. And then we'll use the loading wagon to pick it all up. All right, so this is a new beginning for us. We could have used all that money to purchase a couple of fields, but how exciting is that? Nothing but farming. Let's start another business. Wool and grass. Then maybe once we pay down that loan, we'll start another business, and we'll call it cows and grass or pigs and grass. Who knows? Or we can let the grass dry, and we can just bale it into hay bales. Who knows? There's lots of possibilities with grass. You don't just have to let it grow all the time. You can sell it, get some money. It'll be good for the winter too, because grass grows all year round. All right, let's get this windrower extended here. There we go. Turn on the mower. Unfold the front mower now and lower that and turn it on. And then we'll just drive around the field, cutting the grass and windrowing in the process. That's why I love this mower, because you don't have to buy a separate piece of equipment that's more expensive than the mower. You don't really need a windrower. You can just use this. And that grass will dry, with the Seasons mod, that grass will dry into lines of hay on its own in about a day or two. So you can just let it sit there like that. And then if you wanted to make hay bales, you just wait for it to dry. All right, so we're going to go around and around both fields, and we're going to mow the lawn. Stay tuned for the end of the mowing process. All right, there we go. The last strip of grass is now being cut and windrowed, and we are done. We've got a lot of grass to pick up here, folks. This may or may not be a turning point in our farming career. With all of this grass, we can make lots of money just selling it to the barn just like this, or baling it up and selling it in regular grass bales or silage bales, or letting it dry into hay and then sell the hay bales. Either way, this is like free money, because we didn't have to plant this grass. We don't have to grow anything. It just grows on its own. All right, so let's go put the mowers back. We'll grab the loading wagon real quick, and then we'll start picking up all this grass. Alright, so let's put these neatly away. We'll back up the rear mower there. We'll put the front mower in front of it, and then we'll grab the loading wagon. Or sorry, not the loading wagon, the baler. Actually, no, sorry, we're going to load up the loading wagon first, full of grass, so that we have something to feed the sheep. Then we're going to bale the rest of it. So let's do that real quick. It's always good to have a full trailer full of grass. There's also no silo, so we can't store it anywhere. So we're going to have to keep a trailer full of grass on hand just so that we can have something to feed the sheep. When it comes time to buy the sheep, as you can see, we only have $9,215 left, so I don't think we're going to be able to afford any sheep just yet. Or we could get some, but I don't want to just get one or two. I want to get a whole bunch. So we're going to save up some money and then do things right. All right, loading up the grass. Very simple. Just turn the loading wagon on, drop the pickup tool, and then drive over the lines that you've created. And then soon, the loading wagon will be full. You can see this is a lot of grass. The loading wagon is filling up very nicely. So even without the trailer full of grass, we're still going to get a lot of bales out of this. A lot of bales. All right, we're almost full. 3/4 of the way. 75%. There we go. Just a little bit more. And then we can go park this inside the sheep pen and get ready to feed the sheep as soon as we buy them. And there we go, 100%. So that's good. Not even one trip around this smaller grass field, and we've got a full trailer of grass already. That works out just good. All right, yeah, we're just going to drive this in here and get it ready to feed the sheep. And then we'll go and grab the water tank and fill that up and park that over here as well. You're not going to see the sheep trigger actually appear until you buy sheep. Or the grass trigger, sorry. It's not going to let you fill up the trough until there's something in there that can eat it. So we'll wait for that. Let's just grab the water tank real quick and then we'll fill that up. Water is essential to the sheep because they do need to drink, as all animals do. I'm anxious to see what this drinking cup is for on the back of the water tank, though. I'm not really sure why that's there. I'm pretty sure I could Google it or watch a YouTube video on it, but I'd like to see what the water tank is, what the drinking cup is for. Let's just try and fill up the water tank here. This is a little bit tight squeeze here. No, let's just drag it into place. We'll just muscle it on out of there. That's not filling up. I think I need... Oh, wait, no. The description of the modded water tank said I had to open the valve. I had to open the cover to fill it up. Let's try that. Let's park this right here. Oh yeah, there's this water tank has a cover on the top of it. There we go. Cover is open and now we can fill. Perfect. All right, so we'll just fill this up. And then we'll drag it on into the sheep pen and put it by the water trough. And then when we buy sheep, we can just come in and fill it up. Or does the drinking cup feed or water the sheep themselves? I guess we're going to find out through trial and error. All right, and again, you won't see the water trigger until you actually buy some sheep. So we'll save that for later. All right. Now I think it's baling time. We're going to go grab the baler. And we'll bale up all of this grass into nice little pink silage bales. And then we'll get them ready to sell. All right, so we're just going to go and pick up where the loading wagon left off on the other side of the field. should be right over here somewhere. There it is. And we'll just bale up all of this. The only thing that sucks is that we have to manually unload the bales once they fall off the back of the baler. It'd be easier if they just wrapped and then fell. So if any modders are watching, your next bale wrapper should automatically unload the bales. Once it's done wrapping, it should drop onto the ground and then load the next bale so that I can drive at one continuous speed and not have to stop. It's like this. Unload the bale, wrap the bale, and then continue driving. And then once the bale on the back of the baler is done wrapping, you have to stop again, manually unload it. You can see here the next bale is coming. You have to wait for the wrappers to cut, and then you unload the bale by hitting the button. And then the next one comes out, so you've got to stop and wait. It'd be easier if they just fell off the back. So take that into account next time you make a bale wrapper to see if we can get an auto unloading version. That would be great. All right, bales are going. We're gonna have a lot of bales because we've only driven a short distance and we've got 3 bales already. So this is going to be a super fantastically profitable piece of the business here if we can just keep cutting the grass, mowing the grass, and then wrapping it into bales. You see, like every 30 feet we're getting a bale. Plus we have that whole other field to do as well. So that is great. And the only problem with round bales is that they roll away. So, but we've solved that problem with the auto loading bale trailer. We can just drive around and pick them up. So it doesn't really matter where they go. We're not going to use a tractor to pick them up one by one. We'll just cheat and use the auto loading bale trailer. And that one is rolling away as well. See you later, bale. He's baling. See that? That bale was baling. Oh, we forgot a big chunk of grass there. Oh, he stopped. There we go. Let's bale this up. All right, we're almost done this field. One more trip back up the other side. And then we'll start the other field. Let's try and make this turn here. That work? Almost. We'll come back and get that little spot of grass later. Oh, not gonna make that turn though. Let's fix that real quick. Drop that bale. There we go. Yeah, even a continuous feeding bale wrapper on the back of a square baler, that would be good too. If you can make a square baler with a bale wrapper on the end of it that just feeds it into like a sleeve, and you can come back and cut it later. You have one continuous line of silage. I know there's another machine that you can just turn on and watch it go, and then load grass bales into it, and then it automatically wraps them and moves forward. But then you've got to get a front-loading attachment and manually put the bales in it, which is kind of time-consuming. If you have some time, check out that mod as well. You might like it, you might not, who knows. It just gives you one continuous square line of silage that you manually have to go and cut into pieces after you're done, so that it ferments your grass. Then you can load up the silage bales onto a trailer and then sell them. And I think you get more if they're wrapped. All right, we are almost done the wrapping of the bales in the first field. And we're going to continue on to the second field, and then we will pick them up with the trailer and store them somewhere until it's the right time to sell. And we'll just keep collecting silage bales until we have so many that the game tells us, all the slots are taken up and we have to sell some, because that does actually happen. I think right now with my slot count, my limit is 245 bales, and once you get to 245, the game tells you that you can't make any more, and you've got to sell them. I'm pretty sure bales take up 1 slot each. Mind you, that was on a different map. That was on the Shimasovo map series that we did, where we are constantly running into that problem where the slot count was so high we couldn't bale any hay. Alright, we'll pick up the remnants here in the back, and then we got one little more line to do, and then we're done. Let's see if we can get through this here. Pick that up, and we'll come back and grab that little splotch right there. Alright, the last line of grass going into the baler. Alright, one more bale, looks like, and then we'll drop the pickup. There we go, or drop the door. Alright, and this field is complete. Let's wait for this bale to finish wrapping. We'll drop it and then go out the gate. There's a gate on the back. I believe we're just going to drive around and pick up the remnants of the grass so we can get as many bales as we possibly can out of this. You know, I think there's a little blotch back here. There it is. We'll pick that up. There we go, and then we'll go out the gate here too. And the good thing about this sheep farm is that there's another gate on the other side of that other field that leads right to my farm. So we've got like a shortcut. We don't have to drive all the way around anymore. You'll see it later on. We have a gate that attaches this field 36 to our farm. So that is fantastic. Yeah, it's straight ahead there. You can see our machine shed in the distance, and our house. So we're right close by. So that was a good purchase, I think. The sheep farm. Provided we can make enough money off of these silage bales, then we won't have that loan for very long. All right. So let's skip ahead to the end of this baling process here. We're not going to make you sit through this entire field of baling. It's pretty much the same as the last one. All right, so the baling is done. Look at all these bales. We have got a lot of bales to collect. So we're going to put the baler back in the shed. We're going to grab the trailer, and then we're going to load up all the bales, but we're not going to sell them just yet. So I think we're going to cut it a little bit short today. This is going to be the end of the episode. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. This was Farming Simulator 19. You've watched JCTV play on the Xbox One console. This was Greenwich Valley, episode number 11. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. If you have not done so already, like and subscribe. Share the video with all your friends. Click that notification bell. And for now, this is JCTV saying, see you later.